Hi, Old County Road families and students. It's Mr. Barrett, and it's Friday, so that means it's time for a silly song. It's getting close to the summer, and it's warm, so you see that I'm in my t-shirt and shorts so that I can be comfortable. We're going to do something a little bit different this Friday because we're almost running out of songs that we normally do during school meeting. So, what I thought we could try is this week, I'm going to teach everybody a new song, and it's fairly simple, although it's got some movements to it, and it's a little bit silly. And then you'll have all week to learn the song, and next week we'll do something cool with the song. So we'll make this sort of a 2-week silly song. So this song is called I Sat Next to the Duchess at Tea. And if you don't know what a duchess is like someone important, like a royal person. And so sitting next to a duchess would mean you're sitting next to someone really, really important. And the song's silly because this boy or girl sits next to the duchess at tea, and tea time is, again, a very fancy thing. And what happens is the duchess's stomach starts to make sounds, and because the duchess is so proper and so important, no one would think it was the duchess doing that, and so they all think it's the boy or the girl. All right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you, the song has 4 simple parts. So what we're going to do is I'm going to sing each part. I'll sing it so you can get to hear it. Then I'll sing it and repeat it softly so you can try and repeat it with me, and we'll do those. Then we're going to take 2 of the 4 parts, put them together into a longer part, do the same thing. Then at the end, I'll take all 4 parts, put them all together, and do the same thing. And so you'll have a chance to practice this in a lot of different ways over the next week. And then, like I said, hopefully next week you'll know it so we can try something cool with it. All right. So the first part is when they're sitting down to tea, and tea is really fancy. So I personally, I don't drink tea. I like coffee. But tea, some people say you would hold the teacup and stick out your pinky finger to make sure it's really fancy. So we're going to do that. So that's going to be the movement. So the way that this part goes, it just goes, I sat next to the duchess at tea. So it's really easy. So the words are, I sat next to the duchess at tea. I'll sing it again, and then I'll repeat it quietly. And the only movement is holding a fancy teacup with your pinky out and sort of doing it to the beat. All right? So I'll sing it, and then you can sing it back. I sat next to the duchess at tea. I sat next to the duchess at tea. So that's the first part of the song. The next part of the song, the movement is just, it's talking about what's happening. So we're just going to put our hands out and just sort of move them to the beat, like this is what's happening. All right? And the words for this part, it goes, it was just as I thought it would be. So pretty easy. It was just as I thought it would be. So I'll sing it again, and then I'll repeat it quietly so you can try it. It was just as I thought it would be. It was just as I thought it would be. The third part has more words, gets a little bit trickier, and because we're talking about the duchess's stomach, the movement is just we're going to be patting our stomach to the beat. All right? So this part, you have to listen carefully because these words get a little bit trickier. So it goes like this. Her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal. So her rumblings abdominal, were simply quite phenomenal. So let me do it. I'll do it, and you can try and repeat after me. Her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal. Your turn. 1, 2, ready. Her rumblings abdominal were simply quite phenomenal. So that's a mouthful. That's a little tricky. And then the last part's pretty easy. It's just, everyone thought it was me. So the word's really simple. Everyone thought it was me. I'll sing it, and then you can try and repeat it back. Everyone thought it was me. Ready? Everyone thought it was me. All right. So you've had a chance to hear all 4 parts. I'm going to take the first 2 parts, put them together into a bigger chunk. All right? So I'm going to start with my fancy teacup, and it goes like this. 1, 2, ready, and I sat next to the duchess at tea. It was just as I thought it would be. So that's the bigger chunk. I'll sing it, and then I'll sing it softly so you can try and repeat it. All right? Pinky teacup. 1, two, ready, and I sat next to the Duchess at tea. It was just as I thought it would be. I sat next to the Duchess at tea. It was just as I thought it would be. Okay, so bigger part. The next part takes the funny part about the sounds of her stomach and then the very end. So this one's a little bit faster. I'll sing it through once and then we'll do the repeating thing again, okay? Her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal and everyone thought it was me. All right, I'll sing it, then you try it. 1, 2, ready, and her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal and everyone thought it was me. Ready. Her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal. Everyone thought it was me. All right, not bad. I'm going to do the whole song, and then I'll repeat the whole song so you can try it yourself. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if I can do it without making a mistake. And remember, it's okay if you make a mistake while learning. So if I make a mistake, I'll just go back and try it again. All right, my fancy teacup ready. I'm going to do it once through by myself, and then I'll repeat it, and you can try it. 1, 2, ready, and I sat next to the Duchess at tea. It was just as I thought it would be. Her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal. Everyone thought it was me. Ready? I sat next to the Duchess at tea. It was just as I thought it would be. Her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal. Everyone thought it was me. Okay. So that's the song, I Sat Next to the Duchess at Tea. Practice it a little bit throughout the week. Try doing the repeats. And then next week, we're going to take all of that and do something cool with it. So I hope you enjoyed that new song and give it a try this week. And I'll see you next week on Friday. Thanks a lot.